Why I make the bold statement to say
the
that the Democratic Party is
more of a manifestation.
Once upon a time, I was a liberal.
Hello, Patriots. My name is Darlene.
My name is Steve.
My name is Lucretia Hughes.
Eric Muldrow.
Justin Daniels.
Sean Allen.
Jermaine Thomas.
Cyrus Carter.
Rebecca.
I'm Was.
Kim.
Holy crap, I have not voted in a very long time, but I might start now.
I had to really do a major shift in my thinking, a complete paradigm shift.
I'm a person with a brain.
I was making the wrong choice.
I allowed myself to be manipulated.
It blew my mind to know that I was so blind.
Absolutely blew my mind.
That was astonishing to me.
Eye-opening.
Wow, I was duped.
We have been duped. We have been hoodwinked to the highest order.
I was once a Democrat. Ignorant.
I was a foolish young boy, first time voting.
Oh, snap. I'm conservative.
A lot of people are opening their eyes, and I'm proud for it.
I woke up to the truth.
It took me until the age of 25 to wake up.
I am inspired.
This is my coming out.
I'm frustrated as a black woman that I have to continue to be black.
I walked away from the Democratic Plantation.
We have left the Democratic Plantation.
Democratic.
Plantation.
This information needs to get out.
Pay attention. They're lying to us.
I was coached from birth that the Democratic Party was the only party that provided for and did anything for blacks.
I was brought up Democrat, raised in a Democrat family by Democrat parents.
My family was always Democrats. All of my family were hardcore Democrats.
I was heavily in the Democratic Party and helping out Democrats.
Lifelong Democrats, always just blue for the sake of being blue.
When I grew up, I was told by everyone around me that I was to be a proud Democrat.
For years and years and years, people have told us that we should vote Democrat.
It's a generational thing.
Much of what happens to blacks regarding the implanting of their worldview takes place early on in life, in the home, at church, and in the community.
No. Not God bless America. God damn America.
Black folk traditionally vote Democratic because they just do. Their parents are, their neighborhoods are, and they're Democrats by default.
All I knew was Democrats.
I grew up with my mother and she's a Democrat.
We would just pull the lever for, straight Democrat ticket.
I always voted Democrat because that's what my mom was.
For most of our lives, blacks are taught to be loyal to each other based on skin color and not the truth.
We voted!
I have systematically continued to vote for the Democratic Party just because my grandmother told me to. Just because I'm black.
Was even told that when I became eligible to vote, that I had better vote Democratic or not come home.
Did as I was told.
I was a Democrat and let people tell me what to think.
To be honest, until now, I don't even know why I would even say I was a Democrat.
I didn't really do research or learn really what each party stood for.
I had no clue about politics.
I did not do my research.
I didn't even know the difference between the Democrat and the Republican Party.
Because I didn't take the time, nor did I have the interest to really know who and what I was going to go vote for.
We were taught that Republicans were evil.
The Republicans are racist.
I really didn't know. I just felt that way because I was told to feel that way.
That the Republicans don't care about black people.
And year after year, this was pounded into my head by friends and family.
Always talked down about Republicans and the right side, and so I grew up doing that.
I didn't know any better.
I have been part of the problem.
You're basically led to believe that the Democratic Party is the party for you.
They always taught me about the Democrats. They're for the people.
They're going to be the ones that stand up for injustice and all this other stuff. That Democrats are for the poor blacks and that Republicans are for the rich white people.
That the Republicans are somehow anti-African American agenda, African American expansion, prosperity.
They're there for us. They're the ones that care about the inner city. They care about the minority.
I was just taught in grade school that Democrats cared about the people, the poor and unfortunate, and that Republicans cared about the rich and wealthy. That's all I was told.
It has all been a lie.
when Obama was elected, I recall becoming very emotional.
I voted for Barack Obama.
I voted for Obama, and I thought that I made a good decision.
First very true person, African American, that is going to change the world and give us hope and change, and I fell into all of that.
I just went along because he was a Democrat.
What did he do for black people? Nothing. He did nothing.
He didn't do anything for us. He really didn't do much for the black community, and I always said that.
He manipulated situations and talked real savvy and real smooth, and he won the hearts and minds of people.
All these people are going to get all this insurance, and all these people are going to get all this free stuff through all these other, government assistance programs.
If you like your doctor, you can keep your doctor. If you like your health care plan, you can keep your health care plan.
For about 15 million Americans who have individual health insurance, that's not true.
His policies were hidden corruption.
And we gotta be honest, Barack Obama lied from the time he came in office to the time he left out.
I intend to close Guantanamo, and I will follow through on that. I'm pledging to cut the deficit.
The debt ceiling, that's a formality.
You will not see your taxes increased a single dime.
They're lying to us. Stop voting. Stop believing everything Obama is saying.
Because a lot of things that he said he was for, he ended up lying.
The reforms I'm proposing would not apply to those who are here illegally.
That a lot of black people turned their back on God when this man got into office.
We are supposed to be one nation under God.
I said I knew this guy was no good.
You got Obama up here telling people that they need to put their faith in the Democratic candidate.
Where's your faith?
So that they continue raping us of our taxes.
Is it in God or is it in the government?
Obamacare screwed up.
To pay for illegal immigrants.
Socialist leanings.
To open our borders. To keep us unsafe.
He funded our terrorism.
To continue to talk about the plight of people's identity.
Anti-Christian.
Manipulator.
To keep us divided. To make us hate the white man.
He fomented a lot of this racial tension.
When people threaten us, when people threaten the cops, they threaten to kill the cops. He said, we need to understand these people's frustration. How the hell does a president say that?
This guy has really destroyed the country.
Inspired by rules for radicals. That's what he lived by.
Oh my God, man, I can't wait till this guy gets out of office.
They could tell me that Barack is coming back. Okay, I really don't care.
I did a lot of research. I started to look into the history of the Democratic Party.
And then I just started digging deeper.
I started learning the history of the party.
I started paying attention, really learning history.
Based on my research, I believe that Democrats have historically hated black people. And I think they still hate black people today.
I didn't really know the true history or the true story.
There has been a huge effort to hide the true history of the Democratic Party.
The Democratic Party has always been the party of slavery.
All of the racists in the South were Democrats.
They were the white supremacists.
These are the people who wanted slavery.
And I just started seeing the ugly, dark history of the Democratic Party, slavery,
KKK,
Jim Crow,
Planned Parenthood,
the Ku Klux Klan.
The Ku Klux Klan came from Democrats.
The Ku Klux Klan definitely murdered, slaughtered, intimidated, and damaged the lives of so many black people.
These are the true racists.
I grew up believing that the Ku Klux Klan was probably Republicans.
I was duped.
Because the Republicans are racist, right?
They cause a division between the races. And I see the primary ones behind that has been the Democratic Party.
The white man is going to keep you down. You know, it's always that mentality.
They are the ones that did not want black people to vote.
Fighting and contending against every civil rights bill.
All the segregation laws. They voted against all the civil rights legislation.
Segregation laws.
It was the Democrats, the Dem-O-KKK rats, who were trying to keep all that stuff going.
Not one person can deny that. Those are facts.
The myth that the party switched.
There was a big switch, and I come to find out that was just a complete and total fabrication. It wasn't true.
Go research it yourself.
And the fact that I was taught that in school, knowing that the facts are out there, that the parties never switched, it just pisses me off.
Robert E. Lee and his wife were huge slavery abolishment activists. You won't learn that in the history books in school today.
They're not going to tell you that in school. They're not going to tell you that in your books.
The Republican Party supported freeing the slaves, making them citizens, allowing them to vote. The Democratic Party was against it.
When I found out who Margaret Sanger was,
Margaret Sanger,
who Planned Parenthood, who they really were.
Margaret Sanger, who started Planned Parenthood, did her first speech at a Ku Klux Klan rally.
Do you believe there is such a thing as sin?
Well, I think the greatest sin in the world is bringing children into the world.
And what their agenda was.
She talked about eugenics and how black people need to be controlled by weeds.
We don't want the word to go out that we want to exterminate the Negro population.
Where's these Planned Parenthoods located? In the hood. Who has the most abortions per capita in the country? Black people. They don't want you to live, they want you to die.
It is a sick thing.
These are all facts that you guys can look up.
Do your own research. Really look into the history of the Democratic Party, because they are not who they're portraying themselves to be.
Eugenics in America was used to, try to exterminate the black race.
And I realized that it was Republicans who pushed through the Civil Rights Act.
The first black politician ever was Republican.
The NAACP was created by Republicans.
So I learned that it was Republicans who were trying to abolish slavery.
It just seemed right to me to become Republican. There's no vitriol or hate over here. There's no racism or racist people over here that I have personally came up against.
I'm 1,000% free. I'm not walking around thinking that the white man is holding me down.
Martin Luther King was a Republican.
No, the white man is that bad. No, the white man's not that bad.
FYI, it took white people to help free the slaves.
The Republicans have had their fingerprints all over everything having to do with freedom. They've always been the party of freedom.
The Democratic Party historically has hated black people.
Liberals are some of the most racist people you'll ever meet.
You could be racist towards me today, you'll be working for me tomorrow.
I'm just telling the truth, and if you disagree with me, you could literally go look this stuff up for yourself and fact check me.
Chicago is one of the most corrupt cities in the United States.
And it's all directly linked to liberal policies.
And most of them had Democratic mayors since like the 40s, the 50s, the 60s.
All of the major cities, Detroit and all these cities, Chicago, all these cities that are ran down, Baltimore, all these are all democratically ran cities.
In cities like Chicago, it's a Democratic stronghold.
You have your Democratic mayor, your poverty pimp, your Maxine Waters. These are the gatekeepers. These are the plantation owners.
We voted for Democrats for generations.
What did Barack Obama do for Chicago? Nothing.
There ain't nothing improving in the minority community.
They don't seem to have a care of actually lifting minorities or anyone out of poverty.
Our communities have been broken down for decades.
Go to any mostly black Democrat-run city. They're shithole cities. I mean, let's call it what it is.
A cesspool of corruption and backroom deals.
You can see direct correlations between a lot of the stuff that the Soviets with the propaganda and the Nazis were doing within the Democratic Party.
These cities have all the elements of a modern-day slave plantation.
They have perpetuated policies that have kept communities of color in perpetual cycles of poverty. We don't vote Republican in the hood. You could say systematic oppression.
To me, it's almost like a brand of social engineering at its best.
You're the victim. Vote for me. I'll make sure you have food stamps. We're going to get you reparations. People eat that up, man.
They get up and they come to our churches and they make all these promises, and then you find out a year later that this politician is just as corrupt as the rest of them. Lying to them and keep making them feel like that they're victims of a false narrative.
They come out, get your vote every 4 years or every 2 years, and they talk about what they're going to give you.
Give them the resources that they need to lift them up out of poverty. The Democratic Party aren't going to get people out of that situation by feeding them food stamps, by telling them that the cops are against them, by telling them that they're facing some type of mysterious oppression when they're not.
Why am I associated with a party that is not really helping out the black community at all?
You have your handouts, which is pretty much just like master giving out the scraps, giving out food. Master's taking good care of you.
Stop wanting something for free. The minute you get something for free, they own you. Is that what you want?
When Donald Trump was first elected, I was just like everybody else around me.
President Trump. Now, I'll be honest, I didn't vote for him, okay?
Talking shit.
They told me Donald Trump was a fascist.
Couldn't stand Trumps.
They want to put us back on the ships to Africa.
Oh, he's a racist, or oh, he's this and that.
Republicans want to take away your freedom.
Using the Nazi playbook. I've heard it all.
Want to take away your handouts, your programs, your housing, your food.
I was saying that it was going to be a nuclear war.
I have conversations with people all the time about President Trump. They go, oh, he's a racist. I say, well, name something that President Trump has done negatively against you.
He's going to decimate the black race and send us back to Africa.
You know, he was going to round up the blacks and the minorities, throw us all in a concentration camp.
I thought that all Trump supporters were racist and we're going to be flying the Dixie flags on their big monster trucks.
Oh, the whole immigration thing is all about just trying to get black people out of here, blah, 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 blah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yada. It's ridiculous.
I always thought he was bad until I started listening to him. You know, I thought he was racist. Everything that the Democrats try to tell you.
I will release my tax returns against my lawyer's wishes when she releases her 33,000 emails that have been deleted.
And when I watched that first debate, I'm like, oh, wait, this is not the man that they've been showing me.
I was searching for truth and I wanted to know who Donald Trump was for real. I didn't want the media telling me who he was. I wanted to know for myself.
Do you want to go back to them or do you want to stay with Donald Trump?
Trump.
You're a woman in America. What has negatively affected you in America?
Why are you going to a Trump rally? You know there's going to be nothing but racist white supremacists there. And you're black and you're by yourself?
President-elect Donald Trump. And when I saw that, I flipped out.
The lunacy of the people on the news. I mean, they were going so crazy over Donald Trump.
You say the name Trump, they're having a panic attack, a whole meltdown.
People were asking for transparency from Donald Trump, but not requiring that from Hillary Clinton. I started seeing the double standards and the hypocrisy.
I called my sister and I said, hey, if I disappear into thin air, it's because I went to a Trump rally.
A lot of people aren't actually paying attention to, you know, the positive aspects of this presidency and what he's doing.
Y'all want to talk about Trump, but guess what Trump is doing? He's creating jobs.
Black unemployment is down. I know people that couldn't get a job. They have great jobs now in the black community.
I love that he doesn't do identity politics.
CNN will never show how there's an African-American woman, a Caucasian man, and an Asian man walking to a Trump rally.
What has he done negative against black people in America? Give you more money back on your taxes?
And I started to look into Trump's policies.
And then Donald Trump is running for president, and then he says all this stuff.
He was speaking about saving us.
Limiting government, smaller government.
Strong borders.
I'm with him. He's talking about securing the border, putting a wall there. Wow, I never thought about that, but that is a damn good idea. Yeah.
More personal freedom.
Free and open market.
The trade deals are very promising.
Capitalism.
Tax cuts.
Cut our taxes.
Freedom of speech.
He's producing results.
I want the Second Amendment to be protected. He was speaking about bettering us. I don't want the government involved in my health care.
We need somebody that's going to stand up and is going to say enough is enough. We're not going to be divided racially anymore. We're going to be one nation, and we're going to focus on our nation first.
I said, amen, brother. Oh my God. It's literally like looking through a mirror. He's saying every single thing I've been saying all this time.
If you want what you want, you gotta work smart. But the Democrats, they want you to work hard and not even prosper.
Trump actually is not the enemy.
You need to give Donald Trump a chance.
I actually agree with them with the majority of these policies.
He asked you to come to the table and let's talk about policy. Let's talk about prison reform. But then you fake leaders don't want to go talk to him.
I saw women for Trump. I saw gays for Trump.
You work hard, you know, and to become successful.
I saw Hispanic for Trump. I saw blacks for Trump.
I want everybody to know, yes, that we stand behind Donald J. Trump. Yes, we do, baby.
Donald Trump is a man that wants America to be rich.
And everybody was laughing and talking and joking, and you could feel the American energy. And I looked around and I was like, wow.
Whether you're black, white, brown, Asian, Hispanic, Latin, whatever we want to call ourselves, we're all Americans first.
It doesn't matter your race, your ethnicity, any of that. It doesn't matter.
I don't care, Jew, Gentile, black, or white. It don't matter.
All of his campaign promises, he's keeping it.
Trump supporters, especially among African Americans and Latinos, is growing at record numbers, y'all.
This is what America is. This is what America should be. Everybody coming together. Everybody loving one another.
America has never seen such a promising future, and yet it gets stepped on, it gets squashed every day by the media. Why?
To try and disparage Trump, try and disparage anybody from even supporting Trump.
Why?
And one thing in particular, like, you know, they kept trying to say that, you know, he was a racist. But I can recall, you know, the NAACP giving him a reward.
Nobody want to talk about 1998 when President Trump was given an award for his contributions to the minority community.
Multiple awards for actually providing jobs in the black community.
He was honored alongside Rosa Parks and Muhammad Ali.
I can remember him sponsoring a lot of black athletes.
Donald Trump fought to desegregate the country clubs.
Sponsoring black events.
What is he doing negative against black people? He turned around, HBCU, signed an executive order, giving them $1 billion.
One thing I have no doubt about that. Number one, he loved this country. Number two, he only cares about Americans and putting Americans first. I don't see how anybody can get anything racist from that.
And at the end of the day, there just seems to be nothing to substantiate the claims of any type of racism.
I love this guy right here.
America first, right?
Back in the day, he was our favorite guy.
I thought about all those things and I said, you know what, man, I'm voting Trump. I don't care who don't like it. I don't care who's against it. I don't care who wants to call me anything they want to call me.
And that's when the madness began.
They're cursing, they're yelling at people, they're being disrespectful.
Disrespect the flag.
I was called every name in the book. I was labeled an Uncle Tom and was targeted for ridicule.
Vitriol and hatred.
That I am a racist.
A heretic.
Homophobic or bigot.
A house N-word.
The racist.
A Nazi. A Jesus hater.
Uncle Tom.
Attack, harass.
Uncle Tom, sell out, yada, yada, yada.
All these derogatory terms, and these are from Democrats who say that they are the party of exclusiveness, the party of tolerance.
I was even told that they were going to kill me if I did not conform.
She just yelled at me relentlessly for hours straight.
I can't have a conversation with them anymore.
She was more prone to violence than she was to a conversation.
And the rioting and the protesting and the hate and the division and the racism.
These people are out physically hurting people.
Paid for kids to go out and destroy shit.
The left gets very violent.
Newsflash, people. Just because you disagree with someone doesn't mean you hate them.
When you hear these people yelling, they're just misinformed. These people are running amok and they're out of control.
My own little sister disowned me because I voted for Trump. And I thought that was crazy.
Suffering the loss of family and friends.
Lost friends and, had to remain silent.
Was told to keep quiet.
On my Facebook and people deleted me.
How could you vote Republican? You're black.
Yeah, you can get a lot of hate, especially as a black man.
Friends and relatives were still Democratic zombies. They continued to harass me.
And we can't shake them awake. We can't be like, wake the fuck up. We can't do that.
We got ostracized.
We have to spoon feed these people.
I would rather be alone and ostracized if it means that I'm on the side of truth and I'm on the side of right.
If you want to call me whatever you want to call me, you go ahead and call me. If I lose friends over this, so be it.
And we have to say, prove us wrong.
We can have a logical, a rational discussion where we don't see each other as being the quote-unquote enemy.
Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong.
I have a lot of good friends that are Democrats and lean left, and I love them dearly, but I honestly think that their policies and their views are destructive to our society. All you see are the bad things that a police officer does or the questionable things that a police officer does, and it's always being done to a black man.
Anti-police rhetoric that was promoted by Barack Obama.
This false rage over cops killing black men, have you looked at the statistics?
Minorities are not victim of police brutality.
I'm not buying this racism stuff, not to the degree that the left perpetrates and wants us to believe and buy into.
There is a very minimal amount of actual black people that got shot by police officers unjustified.
They trigger hate towards police.
People don't even respect police officers.
I see the manipulation that's done.
We have people who are demonizing our police and nobody will stand for them.
Police officers don't even want to go and police the communities that need policing because they don't want to be called a racist.
I really see all that coming from the left.
There's a whole lot of black people and white people and every other color in between that are actually just evil criminals who probably needed to be shot.
If you don't like what the police did, okay, investigate it. But that ain't acceptable as well. That's not acceptable.
I can't talk about the fact that black people are killing black people in Chicago and Philadelphia and Compton and wherever. We can't talk about that.
The residual effect of what Barack Obama did in relation to police made matters worse.
It sounds like the cops around every corner ready to shoot me for doing nothing.
Like everywhere around every corner, somebody is looking at us because we're black.
They're not trying to tell young brothers to follow the law.
If you want to make a difference, then you need to get on the police department. The police department isn't your enemy.
They don't tell you to sign up for the police department and monitor your own communities.
You need to patrol your own communities. That's how you make it successful.
They're telling you to resist, which then makes you more volatile towards police.
We're going to be responsible about the rhetoric towards police.
Amen, brother. And why are illegals here? And we're not deporting them. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Well, they have rights this, they have rights, etc., etc. What rights what are you talking about? What rights do they have? And they ain't American citizens. Do I have the same rights and I ain't a legal citizen when I go into their place? No, come on, man.
They want the next voting block. And the next voting block is illegal immigrants.
They're obsessed with votes, and that's all it comes down to. That's why they want illegals, pouring over the border.
They're selling come on over here. They're using that big welfare magnet, bringing people up from Central and South America, knowing they're going to go on welfare right away.
I looked at an article that said that we're giving over $20,000 per refugee. $20,000?
I can't talk about the fact that I don't want my taxes to pay for illegal immigrants. I can't talk about that.
They refuse to abide by laws, i.e. immigration.
We're paying for it, and they still get to bring in drugs and alcohol.
Honestly, they don't even care about legal immigrants. They only care about illegal immigrants.
They're going to have kids here. They're going to bring kids over. They want instant amnesty for them because they know that that's going to build a residual voting block for them.
When you make a protest for illegal immigrants and you just don't acknowledge the fact that they broke the law, you kind of make yourself like a moron.
What are the Democrats doing? They're picking illegal immigrants over black people again.
Democrats are so over black people. Their new sacred cow, their new residual voting block that they're trying to finesse is the illegal immigrants.
What are they going to do to you next? They're going to use you until you vote for them, and then they're going to throw you away.
We're still dealing with racism, and you're talking about helping other people and bringing other people into this country that's not vetted. We got terrorist attacks happening all over the world.
No.
Dumb stuff.
I was living a life that was contrary to the teachings of Jesus.
As the Lord started to kind of broaden my thinking along the lines of not so much emotional thinking, but more or less just clear-cut objective thinking.
The Bible teaches us to, as believers, to examine ourselves, and I truly started examining myself.
I walked away because I became aware of Jesus.
I'm professing to be a Christian man, but I'm basically living however I choose to. Typical hypocrite.
And when you start really learning what it means to be conservative, and you were raised like I was, church and faith was embedded in your bones and in your body, and you can feel your Creator's presence.
I couldn't understand why Christians could be Republicans after what I was taught.
If you're a Christian, God should be number one. He should come for everything.
If you believe that, then that makes you conservative. It's not liberal.
I didn't get it.
The Lord really started working on my mind and my heart.
As I started maturing in my faith.
When I first became a Christian, I think that's what started opening my eyes.
Ultimately led me to really taking a hard look at my political stance.
If you're a Christian, where's your faith? God or government?
I just knew that the Democrat Party and socialism just didn't fit with me. It didn't fit with my spirit.
When I really started understanding with God, how he sees human life and how he cherishes it, and man has no place to take it, it really caused me to start challenging my affiliation with the Democratic Party.
There is no way I can support anyone who supports the killing of innocent babies.
We're battling, with evil spirits and evil principalities. We're not warring with flesh and blood.
Why blacks were so loyal to a party that violated everything that we were taught morally and in church.
Thou shalt not kill.
When the Democrats didn't line up with my faith, I had to get out.
When the Democratic Party booed God, couldn't do it.
Our left government was trying to take God out of the picture.
God is not number one in their lives. And I feel that the black church has sold out for entitlements.
My politics are informed by my Christian faith.
You believe in God. You believe that you should move in faith and in love, and that you should respect and tolerate those who you don't agree with. That is conservative.
I like that people on the right and Republicans, they're God-fearing people.
We need to walk to the light.
That's one of the things that has been special to me about being a Republican, is being able to share my faith with other conservatives, with other Republicans, and then they just kind of nod their head and wink at me like, yes, we do love God.
Our Judeo-Christian ethics are something that we need to keep as a society. That is what we need to keep sane and to keep from breaking out into chaos every single day.
Very conservative. Christian faith ideology.
Teaching their kids to love the Lord and to go to church and read the Bible and to just praise God, because God is our creator.
There is a portion of scripture that lets us know that we should pray for our leaders, our elected officials. We keep them in prayer.
We have prayed for the president.
Surely we could pray for President Trump. If he fails, we fail.
It's your divine purpose to be a free-thinking, independent person.
Most African Americans are very, very strong in religion. And a friend told me this a long time ago, and I'm starting to see it now, that the Republican Party is geared more towards my own personal beliefs.
I don't know about the rest of y'all, but God has me.
I will no longer abide by the ideology of the Democrats. Never again.
Democratic Party is more of a cancer and more of a manipulative force than they are doing good.
As time went on, it just got to the point to where it was a no-brainer, and I had no choice but to leave.
It's a no-brainer for me.
You ever become a stand-up person, you would never vote for them again.
I started to realize that the Democratic Party was just lying to black folks.
I walked away from the Democratic Party, and I will never ever vote for the Democratic Party again.
It will take an act of God before I would even consider flipping the switch for that party ever again.
We have been completely deceived.
I may never, ever return back to the Democratic Party.
Nowadays, people will argue that the Democratic Party hates America and hates everybody, and I would concur with that argument.
Their ideology is all kinds of wrong.
The Democratic Party wants to be a socialist party. They want to turn us into socialism, communism, one world, new world, and y'all want to sit there and keep voting them in. Stop it.
Really, guys?
Socialistic, left-wing, SJW thinking.
Socialism.
Socialist utopia.
Communism.
No.
Dumb stuff.
You can kick rocks with that philosophy right there.
No more.
You have to do your damn research.
Wake up.
You need to start opening your eyes like I did.
Realize that we have been manipulated.
Do your research.
Use common sense.
Investigating for myself.
It's time for us to wake up, man.
Look at what they're voting for.
And use facts instead of what they see on TV and CNN.
Things changed for me.
I challenge anybody who's watching this who disagree with me. Come up with facts, not emotions. Come up with facts. Emotions don't get you nowhere.
I'm finding out that the Republican Party is more along the lines of what most of the people that I know, most of the people that I grew up around, they have the ideology of.
The values of the Republican Party rang true to my values and my moral code and what I stand for. And I think that it would be the same for you, I'm sure.
My side ain't spitting hatred every single day.
And I don't want to hear that hogwash about how this is the best person because he's black or she's a woman. That is simple-minded.
I still get shit for voting for President Trump, our savior of America.
My side loves that flag.
I want to be a part of Make America Great Again.
Say what you want. That's why I got my MAGA hat on.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
I am forever a Trump supporter.
I love my president.
Thank the Lord that he is our president.
I'm living the American dream.
When he won, I was as happy, and I'm just as happy now, and I will be voting for him again in 2020, and I don't care who doesn't like it. I don't care.
2020, here we go, two-term Trump.
I love being a Republican, and I love being a Tea Party.
Make America great again.
God bless America.
This is the greatest country on the planet, and I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. And I'm saying that as an African-American male.
God bless America. God bless our president.
My side loves the Constitution.
I am liberated in my conservatism.
This is refreshing.
And I'm so excited.
I'm proud to be an American.
I'm a conservative person, and I'm a free thinker.
Thank God I became a free thinker.
I don't know if anybody watches The Matrix, but your girl, I took the red pill and I unplugged myself.
God bless the Walk Away movement.
Thank you guys for joining this movement. You guys clearly have common sense.
Reclaim your dignity, your life.
America is a beautiful country.
If you love this nation and you love the Pledge of Allegiance, you already know the Democrats is not where you want to go.
I'm always telling my friends, you really don't know how blessed you are to live in America till you get outside the continental United States.
This information needs to get out.
God bless America.
The left-leaning media lies about everything.
And this is why I walked away.
Walk away.
Hashtag walk away.
Walk away.
Walk away.
I ran my ass away quick.
Black is the new gray.
share this video, like this video.
You know, for a long time I have felt like I was by myself, like I was the only black person that was a conservative Republican in the hood.
I'm walking away. We're out of here.
Walk away. Hey guys, Mike Boss here. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you're inspired, and please share it with every black American you know. Even if there's only 1% chance that they're going to watch it, it's important because the Democratic Party has taken the black vote for granted for way too long. So please like, comment, and share. All right? Mike Boss here. God bless.
Mike Boss is a warrior, and a vote for Mike is really a continuation to make America great again. Very simple.